This is Drew with Boomer Music Company, your band and orchestra experts since 1976, and thepodcastingstore.com, the one-stop shop for all things podcasting and remote learning. This is your Weekend Update. Greetings and welcome to your Weekend Update. This is one of my favorite times of year. I'm a big baseball fan, and I really enjoy football as well. And my beloved Red Sox are doing all right in the postseason, and we'll see how far they make it. So super exciting from a sports standpoint. This is just one of the best times of year for me. At the store, we got in our Blackburn lead pipes and tuning slides. And if you're a trumpet player, you need to come in and try this out. We've got them for both B flat and C trumpets. And if you're not really happy with the way that your horn's playing, then something like this could be a pretty simple and straightforward upgrade, and just make the horn play the way that you want it to. And a lot of this stuff depends on the taper and things like that, and we've got them for both Bach and Yamaha trumpets because there is actually a difference. So call up, make an appointment, come out, and let's give that all a try. This week also on my View from the Road, this was Parent-Teacher Conference Week, which is really cool. Being a parent of a kid in the district, it's a neat time, and for the teachers, I know that they work really, really hard. These make for some really long days, and some of them are going to have had a extra day off, to catch up, get away. I know a few folks are getting away, other folks are just getting caught up on housework, but here is a clip from this week's View from the Road. I still made social calls to everyone and did my rounds, and it was really nice to see everyone and get caught up because this week is Parent-Teacher Conference Week, and so a lot of teachers, it's either feast or famine. Either they're booked wall-to-wall for all their conference slots, or they've got hardly any at all, and that's just indicative of the nature of the music activity as opposed to a traditional classroom subject that parents either are hyper curious, and it tends to be with the newer teachers, the ones that haven't been in their school very long, that they really want to see them and get to know them, which is awesome. I mean, parental involvement is a really good thing. I know I'm excited for. And then another really cool thing that we got to do this week was an instrument tryout. And this was over at Garfield Elementary, which is where Timothy goes to. And they're, I think, the only elementary school in our area that has a band. And it's a great opportunity for these kids to get kind of a jump start on playing an instrument. And so part of that is we had our tryout where the kids actually get to audition the instruments and see which one's right for them. So here is a clip from the video that I kind of made of that, outlining what goes into an instrument tryout night. I'm going to put mouthpieces with them. Now, as we get going, if the mouthpiece is in the instrument, that probably means that it hasn't been sanitized yet. And if it's separate from it, it definitely means it has been. And that's just kind of a system that I use for that. So this is laying out the brass instruments so they can be tried out. And then assembling the clarinets. And that's a similar idea. Now, we try out clarinets slightly differently in that I like to have the barrel and the mouthpiece separate from the rest of the body so that the kids can generate a sound on that with the reed. So this is just putting those together, and then this is what the final layout looks like. So you've got the trumpets and the trombones, the mouthpieces away from the instrument, so I know. And then finally, over at the Podcasting Store Medium page, this week's essay was titled, Play the Cards You Have, Not the Ones You Want. And that's a reference back to my days, specifically playing Magic the Gathering, which is a fun card game. But a number of times that I'd play with someone and they'd be like, oh man, if I had drawn this card, this one, and this one, then I would have beat you. It's like, yeah, but you didn't. And so I'm relating that not only to everything that's going on in the world these days, but also to when we were renovating the store back in 2010 when we moved it, we wanted to relocate one of the restroom doors to a different wall, and as you can see up there on the screen, that's what the wall looked like when we opened it. There's load-bearing columns made of steel and of wood. There's just nowhere to put a door. And I remember Russ, the contractor, was saying, what are we going to do? And I just laughed and I said, nothing. There's nothing we can do with that. And so I said, hey, we may have deuces, but at least we've got a pair. And so that was kind of the mindset that I had with that, which is use what you've got to its fullest potential and not worry so much about what you don't have, and things are going to turn out for the better. So that's your weekend update. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, we will see you at the store. If you enjoyed the Weekend Update, do me a favor and follow us on social media, subscribe to our YouTube channels, or visit our websites. This is Drew with Boomer Music Company and thepodcastingstore.com. Thanks for listening.